Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Primer. I'm your host, Chris McDonough. And today we're going to be talking about process and alignment. A common mistake a lot of us make is attempting to jump right to the product without considering the process. And this is like a very common internet meme. There's two pictures, one on the right of a beautiful ballet slipper, and the one on the left is of the gnarled, bruised, bloody, band-aided foot that's inside that ballet slipper. And the caption says, "Everyone wants to be successful until they see what it takes." Now, when you see the foot on the left, the foot of reality, you kind of make this face. And that's probably the face some of you made when you found out what it really takes to be successful in real estate. The reality, especially in the beginning, it's a lot uglier than you think. Now, the definition of process is a series of actions or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. And the product here for our session today is success in real estate, however you define it. You don't have to have your own team or your own brokerage to build processes. In fact, you already have something that needs you to build processes, and that's a business. You, even as a single agent, are the entire business. So every single thing that you do, even in your personal life, drives your business. And that's what, in my opinion, is the only thing that separates you from the top producer or business owner that you currently look up to. They don't have anything that you don't. They have the same license, they have the same leads, the same tools, the same talent, the same amount of time. The difference is they've built processes around everything so that they're acting at all times with direction and intention. And it's highly likely that you're comparing your early years to their year 5, 10, or even 20. Comparing your journey to someone else's is probably not a motivator. And that's because you're looking at a highlight reel of their success. Of course, it looks easy. You're not seeing the long nights, the early mornings, the weekends spent grinding and sacrificing fun and free time for the business that they were trying to build. You're not seeing all the people that hung up on them, the times they were told, no, you can't have my listing, or the times they were cussed out on the phone. You're not seeing the times they had to borrow money to pay their bills and the fights with their partner as to why they just won't hang it up with an obviously failing business plan that was affecting their entire family. People don't put that stuff on Instagram. But, and now this is what all of those figures that you look up to have in common. They didn't give up. They persevered and they believed to the core of their being that this is what they were supposed to be doing. And they were determined to figure it out. And that's precisely what they did. They stuck with it against the odds and they figured out a process around their work. They built a process around their morning routine. If you're late to work, you miss prime prospecting time. They have a process around their prospecting. If you prospect without a plan and a goal, you're wasting your time and you're not going to set any appointments. In everything that you do, you can build a process around it to be more efficient with your life, get more done during your workday, and have more time for your personal life and family. I've been working full-time since I was 17 and part-time since I was 14, which as a parent, that sounds really weird now. I know how to work hard. I really do. But the way that I work today, decades later, is drastically different than when I started. And that's because of the processes that I've built in my life. I've got a system and a process built for everything, personally and professionally. And if I can get some uninterrupted work time, I can get done in one day what some people do in a week's time. And that takes time. It's taken me all of these years, all of these decades to figure out how to do that. The more I started to build systems and processes in what I do, the more I began to level up and gain momentum, not only professionally, but personally as well. It's easier. It's easier to be happy when you aren't in a reactive state and in chaos all the time. There's no room for happy in chaos. That's why it's hard for the brakes of a train to stop it. That train is moving with the full momentum of the entire train, i.e., the entire culmination of your work and everything inside it. So this is what building processes does for you. It helps you build momentum and get everything in your life in alignment with your goal of success. And then you build momentum, and baby, you're going to be hard to stop. If all of the areas of your life are leading to the same thing, big time. So, taking this view, begin to dissect your day into smaller parts. Pick the item or area of your life that's causing you the most grief, and let's start there. What can I do to make this easier? What can I do to be more efficient here? Am I doubling up on my steps somewhere and delaying progress? Can I plan ahead somehow to make this easier? So start at the start. Your day begins when you wake up. What's your process to wake up, get done what you need to do at home, and get to work on time? Starting your day off on the right foot is going to help to ensure that the rest of your day goes a lot smoother. And if you're anything like me, rushing around and running late in the morning is just a surefire way to drag down the rest of your day. And then go to your prospecting, your business building activity. What's your process for prospecting? Is it on your calendar? Do you honor that time on your calendar? How do you ensure that you don't have any distractions? Do you turn off your alerts and your email until you're done? What goals do you set? How do you know what you're supposed to be achieving with your prospecting? How do you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing? Make a plan for your prospecting and stick to your plan. Even if you write it out and hang it at your desk, make yourself a checklist until it becomes habit. You can also do this for your follow-up. How do you determine within your database, within your follow-up boss database, who you need to follow up with during this session? What tags, what filters, what smart lists do you use? What information do you have to share with them? How are you bringing value to these people and educating them? Because if you're calling just to chat, that's not going to be a big driver of your business. You have to have a plan to move the needle forward to help them get closer to transacting with you. I almost said transactioning. Your admin and your office time, same thing here. How do you know exactly what needs to be done and when? Do you have a time block for your admin time? Because waiting for your transaction coordinator to ping you for your mistakes to fix is a reactive way to do your business. Staying ahead of your work is going to make things easier for you, for your clients, and your admin staff, if you're lucky enough to have them to support you. You can also apply a process to meeting with your clients and your showings. How do you better prepare for your client meetings? If you are preparing for these, it's going to keep you in the driver's seat to make sure you have plenty of time at the appointment to engage with them. Getting your preparation done early will keep you from rushing around. And the more organized, educated, and prepared you are for your meetings, the more confident they're going to be in your abilities to transact with you and refer you more business. So these are a few examples, but you can do this for everything. A big stressor in my life, in our family's life actually, was getting home from school. I've got 2 kids in elementary school. I work full-time. My husband works full-time, and picking our kids up from after school, getting home, putting everything away, starting homework, making dinner, it really felt like it was a time I looked forward to during the day because everybody coming home and everyone being together in my nest is my happy place. but it really started causing a lot of stress. And it was because we didn't have a plan around it. So this went on, it went on for way too long. But my husband and I sat down and we just talked about it. And I said, I feel like if we could fix this one part of our day, our whole lives would be so much better. And so we made a plan. We discussed ways for us to come home a little bit slower, not have to do all the things. Because if you know us, we are overachievers and we are going to get things done. We're going to get them done fast. And our mentality was, let's get everything done so we can relax. That sounds like a good plan, right? Nope. We were rushing to get the dishes done, wash their lunch boxes, rushing to get homework started, rushing to get dinner started. And now we've started segmenting a little bit. We're going to put the dishes in the sink. They're fine to sit there until after we're done cooking dinner. It's going to be okay. Let's come home. Let's take 20 minutes to settle in where we're not doing chores. We're not doing homework yet. Let's just settle in for that 20 minutes and relax. And then we'll get them started on their homework. Then we'll get started on dinner. And then we'll worry about our cleanup and our chores after dinner's done. We'll clean up all at once. And it sounds overly simplistic, but us being intentional about what we wanted to achieve in that time of day, making a plan and sticking to it, it's made everything so much better. So these strategies can be applied to all areas of your life. So I want you to start with 2 points, if that makes any sense. Start at the beginning of your day, so you're getting set off on the right foot. And then start with the place that's causing you the most grief. So the other side of the process coin is alignment. And I touched on this earlier when I said that building personal and professional processes helps you build momentum and get everything in life in alignment with your goal of success, whatever that is. So you guys know I love a definition. What is alignment? Oxford says it's arrangement in a straight line or in correct or appropriate relative positions. Ooh, what does that mean? Well, for our purposes, it means that every action you take is in alignment with your end goal. You have to act like you've already achieved your goal in order to get there. That's getting in alignment with your goal. You can't keep doing the same thing you've always done and expect to get brand new results. I've heard a lot of successful people, Oprah even, talk about this over the years in terms of alignment or manifesting or however you want to call it. But I heard something recently that was so simple, it just a light bulb exploded inside my brain. And I wanted to offer it to you as well because it's one of the best ways I've heard of to wrap your head around how to get into alignment. So Bill Pipes said this. His company goal is to make $25 million a year. And what he was currently doing and how he was currently behaving wasn't in alignment with that goal. And he knew that he had to make a change. So he built a process. He figured out how to do it. So he created his own avatar and he named him 25 Mil Bill. Now, this person has already achieved the level of success that he aspires to. And this guy, 25 Mil Bill, has become his own best mentor. So every single thing he does, he runs by 25 Mil Bill. Would 25 Mil Bill sleep in? Nope. Would 25 Mil Bill put that off till tomorrow? Nope. How does this person dress? How does this person interact with others? How does this person approach their work? If someone on their team messes up, the old Bill would get reactive and kind of blow their top. Not 25 Mil Bill. This Bill sees it as an opportunity for growth and coaching and leads that person through their mistake and coaches them up so it doesn't happen again. This is the best definition of alignment. So thank you, Bill Pipes, for this. I haven't heard anyone explain this in such a way that resonated with me in a simple, actionable way. Everyone's like, oh, you have to manifest your goals. Well, how do you do that? He explained it. He explained precisely how. So I want to challenge you to do this for yourself. Wouldn't it be a fantastic feeling to have you be your own best mentor? I think so. So here's what we're going to do. My nose is itchy today. Sorry, guys. First, let's figure out exactly what your goal is. It doesn't need to be vague. It needs to be specific. Think about Bill's example, 25 mil bill. It doesn't have to be in the name of your mentor or your character, your avatar that he calls it. But what is it that your goal is? Be very, very specific. Write it down, make it concrete. I want to make this amount of money in a year. I want to close this amount of transactions in a year. I want to earn this title. Whatever it is, get really specific and set it as your goal. That's step one. Step two, let's envision ourselves after you've achieved this goal. This is the ooey gooey part. Just embrace it. What do you feel like? How do you approach your work? How do you treat your clients and your colleagues? How's your relationship with your partner, with your kids and your family? How do you interact with your friends and your community? What does this person who's achieved this goal that you want, what are they like? How do they feel? How do they dress? What do they do? Try to really spend some time getting super clear on this, okay? And then moving forward, we're going to slow down during our day and run our next move by our mentor. And I'm still working on the name for this, but this is the best I could come up with before our time here today. So, would Millionaire Chris spend time on Instagram during her workday? Nope. She leaves her phone in the kitchen where it belongs. Would Millionaire Chris avoid a potential conflict? Or does she make that phone call to face it head on? You bet your butt she calls them and she takes care of it right away. Would Millionaire Chris stay up late or go to bed early so she wakes up fresh and ready to rock the next day? Would Millionaire Chris lose her patience with the kids or be the parent that they aspire to be for their kids one day, or whoever? You get the idea. You can do it. Okay? Take these steps, figure out who your mentor is going to be. It's you. It's like that Taylor Swift song. I'm the problem, it's me. Well, you're also the solution. So figure out how to define your own mentor, which is the future you, and run your stuff by that person, because it's impossible to try to emulate someone else all the time, because the someone else that you're trying to emulate is also a figment of your imagination. Because what you see of their lives, even if you're a close friend, is only the information that they're willing to give you or share online. Okay? So why not create that for yourself? Sounds like fun. I'm already doing it, and it is fun. You can do it. Continuity is the secret to success. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.